All right. So what we're going to see today is a very getting right into it. It's a very succinct introduction to what we're going to teach at the HiOP. Yeah. Um, this is a very practical course, so it's not just theory like what we're going to see today. In the course, we're going to bog you into some very hands-on marketing, digital marketing. We've actually created a specific scenario for a virtual business. It's not real, but it exists online. It's a restaurant, and you will have to promote that restaurant with all the different channels and all the different techniques and all the different frameworks that you're going to be taught throughout the HiOP. And you will actually have experience with the most important digital marketing tools that are available today. So it's not only the strategies, it's not only the frameworks, it's not only, you know, those tactical lines, it's also applying them to a realistic scenario, one that actually feels and looks real. And it's so real, it's so realistic that you're even going to get fans and followers, and you're going to have to, you know, tend to them, and you're going to have to do a little bit of buffering there, so just, you know, that they don't get angry and you say, well, this is not a real restaurant, it's just an exercise, and so and so. So it's actually very realistic scenario. And that's one thing. We didn't find any other courses out there that actually have this approach. We build a complete marketing platform for you to tinker and to use. You're going to have to do SEM, and you're going to have to do SEO, and you have to go into social, and you're going to have to go into analytics, and you're going to, everything is going to be real, and everything is going to be done by you. Yeah. So today it's only going to be a little bit about the theory, and this is going to be mostly about an introduction of what the whole HiOP is about. And there's this academic term which is called integrated marketing, and it's been spilling over the years into the streets. And it's basically, how do we get all these new digital techniques in combination with the offline world, right? We shop online and offline today, and we need to understand what is, you know, the path and the most appropriate channels, because there's just too many things out there, and there's a lot of shiny new objects that can grab your attention and steer you away from your objectives. So integrated marketing is kind of like a way to get everything in place and to get everything aligned. All right, needless to say that this is participative, and I'm going to throw questions at you, and I want you to answer back, right, with your own opinions, with your own ideas, and don't be shy, really. It's useless today, in today's modern world, to be shy. Just speak out. Whatever you say, even if it's the dumbest thing in the world, you're probably going to inspire the brightest thing in somebody else. So it's not going to be useless. It's actually going to be very helpful in, you know, getting a meaningful conversation going on. All right, so let's hit it. This is where it starts. This is what we know as a customer journey. As you can see, it has several phases. And these are psychological phases that every consumer goes through when they go shopping, when they buy for something, right? They go buy something. And let's have a look at all of them. Well, the first one is the awareness stage. And in this stage, people need to be aware of your brand, of its existence. Yeah. And it's kind of like getting to be famous, kind of like going to Hollywood and making it big, and everybody knows your name, right? And this is what we know as the top of mind. And people recall your brand without the need of, you know, an ad that inspires them. So say, for example, that I say innovation, design, and technology. Most often than not, you're going to have Apple as the top of mind, right? Even though Philips or maybe Samsung, they also apply to these terms, but it's not there on the top of mind. Your top of mind is different. after years and years of advertising and marketing and communication from Apple, you've actually come to identify these three terms with this brand. This is what we know as the top of mind. Yes, there's a question. Somebody rose their hand, so no, you rose your hand. Do you want to say something? I think she did it by mistake. All right, never mind. So you get top of mind, and you also get recall aided. So when you see an ad, you get inspired and you say, oh, this reminds me, I have to go shopping for that or this. Yeah. And then you go into the evaluation mode. In the evaluation mode, consumers start to think, which one should I buy? Should I buy brand A? Should I buy brand B? And you start comparing them based on very, very different factors, depending on who you are, price, convenience, time, all these factors go in. And especially if you have sort of like a product that is an investment, like a car or a laptop, that you're going to get stuck with that product for several years, you have to make a very long research. Yeah? And consumers now have a lot of information to research online. And they start evaluating, okay, brand A, brand B, and then they go and lock into one of them. In the purchase phase, they have maybe 2 or 3 brands that they're, deliberating about, and they finally lock in and they commit. And this is when the unknown shopper becomes your customer, which means that they're not unknown anymore, and which means they have a commitment with you because they bought you and they preferred you, over your competitors. And now they've become a totally different animal, one that you have to care for and follow around, and you have to make sure that they have a good experience. And that's the next step. People take whatever they bought home and they start using it, and they say, this is not exactly as I would like it to be. This is not meeting my expectations. I had higher expectations, or maybe I had lower expectations. But if I had higher expectations and the product is not delivering on the promises, what would I do? As a consumer, I would go back in time into my awareness and say, which other brands was I was thinking and deliberating about? And then I go back, and I buy something else. All right, in the usage, if you're happy with what you bought, you go and you just buy it again and again and again and again and again and again, over and over and over again. And this is what we know as loyalty. And bear in mind that with this decision, you don't take a decision. It's automatic. So if it's working, why should I fix it, And people tend to be loyal to a certain brand because it works for them, and they don't have to start, evaluating again and thinking about what other brands are there, etc., unless they get hit by another ad from a competitor with a compelling message. But yeah, that repurchase loop, that's the gold mine. Yeah? Finally, after repurchasing it a lot and you feel like you trust this brand with your kids, for example, well, then you go on and you advocate for them. And you become a walking ad. And you start recommending them. And that's where the real marketing mana starts falling from the sky, as we're going to see now. So throughout all this customer journey, you can use several techniques of marketing, online and offline. And the trick here is it's starting to be muddled. There's no hard lines. All of these are fuzzy areas. They tend to spill over one another. And but there are certain places throughout this customer journey where these techniques make the most sense. It doesn't mean that they're exclusive to each one of these psychological stages. It just means that they're, it's the perfect fit. And they can actually be used in several other psychological stages of the customer journey, but they're assisting, they're aiding, and they're not taking the spotlight. Any questions up to here? Are you all good? Are you all following? Is this easy enough? Yeah? Yeah, tremendous. All right, let's move on. So this is from a research from Google several years ago, and they said, okay, the customer journey is broken. Back in the days, back in the 90s, back in the 80s, people got hit by an ad, by a stimulus, and the only way they could shop for the product was actually going to the store. And they would make a decision there to purchase something at the store. So they would, go into the store and go into the aisles, and on the shelves, they would go brand A or brand B, and they would have to trust marketing, advertising, and all those messages. And then they would go home and experience the second moment of truth. Now, the thing is that we don't trust ads anymore. You don't trust ads anymore. I don't. And I sure don't, because I know what they're all about, yeah? And who do we trust if we don't trust ads? Now it's your time to participate. Say what you will. Who do we trust if we're not trusting the brands with all the ads that they're spilling, into TV and stuff? All right, nobody is...
Friends.
Friends. Camila. All right. Ahmed, would you like to elaborate a little bit on your...
Yes. Actually, I do believe the most credible source for information to me is fellow customers or people who tried the good or service before.
Which don't
mainly
necessarily...
reviews.
Excellent. Which don't necessarily have to be your friends.
No.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there is a component of trust when it's a friend. A friend would not,
of course,
trick you, would not, lie to you. And we know there's a lot of comments out there on Amazon that they're pure lies. Very much like ads. They've been paid for it. They are ads, as a matter of fact. Yeah. And they're a pack of lies. Very much like those ads that we see on TV for cosmetic products. What do you see on those cosmetic ads? You see kind of like this woman or this man putting some cream on, and suddenly we go into this whacked out animation of some molecules, going into the skin, and then you pull out, and then everything is shiny. That's photoshopped, and we know it's not true. We know it's an ad. We don't trust that. Yeah. But what we do trust is other consumers like us who are giving us the experience. So what Google was saying, all right, guys, this is off. This is old mental model customer journey. We need a new model because something else is here. Yeah. So let me try to explain this with a little bit of storytelling. This is John. Meet John. John has just left the doctor's office. And the doctor said, John, I have bad news for you. Your cholesterol levels are a little high and you're a little flabby on the sides and you need to get some sport. Yeah, go and do some sport. And as soon as John is leaving the doctor's office, bam, he gets hit by ads. He's in the awareness phase. He starts to be aware of brands that are out there that can help him solve his problem. Yeah. And in this awareness phase, we can do several things. Traditional marketing is still very much alive. And right now we're investing 50% in traditional, 50% in online, just about to cross, over the online budget is just about to be over the traditional media budget, but they're still there. As I said, it's like going to Hollywood. You want to become famous, and whatever's put on TV, that's incredible, but still, whatever's on TV becomes a hit. It's famous immediately, yeah? Mass media. And then we can do all sorts of other techniques like viral and influencers, to spread out the word and to try to get the consumers who we trust to share our ads, yeah? And we can also do these display ads in which you get banners, which you block and you hate. I don't click on banners. Do you click on banners? Anybody here clicks on banners? Just by mistake, maybe? Whoops. Nah, yeah, you do. I know you do, especially for those products that chase you around. Yeah, those retargeting. We'll talk about those. And then social ads. And this is what we know is push marketing. Push marketing is because it's pushing the ads from the company into your face, into your eyeballs. Whatever you're interested or not interested, you're going to get ads. Yeah. It's also called outbound because it's coming out of the company. Yeah. So this creates awareness. It's interruptive, it's old marketing, it's pushy. Yeah. Nevertheless, it works, and we need it to become Hollywood famous as a brand. Yeah. All right. Now, Google said there's something missing here, and it's actually the internet. We're not trusting ads anymore. We're trusting other consumers like us. So between the ad, the awareness phase, and the purchase phase, there's this sort of gray line called the zero moment of truth, a new moment of truth. And in this moment of truth, we read articles, we search on Google, we go on social media, we ask our friends, we see it on TV. We do our homework to see what we want to buy. And the internet was missing there in the old mental model. So they actually have an interest because they live off ads on the internet. Yeah. So you would actually understand the interest that they have in pushing this concept. But that doesn't make it any less true. Yeah. So when people actually take it home and experience it, they go online and they leave a comment. And that comment is the next consumer's zero moment of truth. Yeah. All right. So fair enough. John is now searching. Yeah, he's in the evaluation mode, and he pulls out his mobile phone and he starts searching on it to see what comes up for that brand in particular. And in this moment, we have the evaluation and zero moment of truth. And in this time around, it's not push marketing, it's pull marketing. All right. Have you ever considered that when you're searching on Google, you're telling Google what's in your mind? So if you're searching for, I got this big pimple, on my face, that's what's in your mind right there. And it's probably your biggest fear because you have a party that afternoon and you want to get rid of that pimple, and you're telling Google. So all your dreams, your likes, your dislikes, everything that's going through your mind, you tell Google. There is absolutely, no filters there. You're telling Google exactly what you fear, what you want, what you don't want, etc. So in this moment of truth, it's the consumer actively pulling information, whatever's in on Google, he and she are going to pull information out of it. And this is why it's called pull marketing or inbound marketing, because the consumer is landing on the business content. Yeah. What can we do here? Well, we do a ton of content. We do ebooks, we do videos, we do articles, blogs, obviously, tons and tons of content. And then we want to optimize it so it shows on Google. Yeah, if you're not on Google, you're not there. You're missing it. And then we can also try to put it on social media to see if somebody is just looking around. But that doesn't get anywhere. You have to be on search engines, even though we're using social media a lot more as a search engine. Now, do you understand the difference between SEO and SEM? Who can tell me what SEM is? Allah? She's freezing. All right. Okay, Ahmed, go ahead.
So SEM is search engine marketing, and it refers to the paid ad or pay-per-click advertising on the search engines. So you pay for each time your ad is clicked in the search results.
All right, excellent. Well, there you go. When you search on Google, you get two types of results. You get the paid ads on top and down below, and then you get in the middle all the organic. Well, in order to show on the organic side, you have to do SEO, which is search engine optimization. You optimize the hell out of your content so it shows on the first page of Google. On the first page of Google, guys, not the second page of Google. Nobody clicks there. Well, even though clicks are mounting, your goal has to be on the first page of Google. Most clicks will go there. Yeah. If you're on the second page of Google, you're missing out because your competitors are on the first page of Google. So what can you do to all those articles, all those videos, all those ebooks, everything, all this content? You have to make sure that it's good for the human and also for the search engine. And you apply all those best practices that Google suggests you to use. Yeah, we'll talk about those. All right. Google came up with another thing, another framework. And today we are mobile. We're using our mobile phones more and more, and they actually pinpointed certain moments, certain touch points in the customer journey in which people pull out their mobile phones and they're hot, meaning that they're just about to buy something. Yeah. Now we have I want to know moments in which people need to understand something. They want information. I want to go moments where people want to go to places, whether that be online. They want to go to, say, for example, lotsofhats.com. Yeah, or they want to go to the movies that night. So it can be a physical location or an online location. And then they have I want to do moments in which people need a tutorial, do it yourself. You know, they want to learn how to do something. And then I want to buy moments in which people are just shopping. Yeah. Okay. So let me launch I'm going to launch a poll now. And in this poll, I want you to tell me which one do you think is your best answer. All right. Yeah. All right. I'm going to start the poll. There you go. Now you can choose which do you think, which of these moments is furthest from the purchase. You know, it's actually not as close as you buying something. Is it I want to know? Is it I want to go? Is it I want to buy? Or is it I want to do? All right, so we got 3 answers already. 5 answers. Okay. Let's see how many other people. Come on, people, participate. This is your moment. I want to know, I want to go, I want to buy, and I want to do. All right. Okay, I'm going to close it. There you go. Stop the poll, and I'm going to show the results. So you actually did pretty well, I would say. Yeah. Let's have a look. All right. Those of you who chose A, Ala. Yeah, you. Yeah. Would you like to share your thoughts?
So yeah, I was saying that I pressed on I want to know because I start with doing research before buying anything.
All right, so you want to do something and then you start with the research. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as a matter of fact, whoever chose I want to know is also right. I want to know and I want to do are both very far away. Well, not far away. They're actually really hot, but they're furthest away from the actual purchase. I want to buy moments. It's straight on. People are looking for prices and they have this kind of language like cheap flights. You know, that kind of language is very transactional. You know, they want to make a transaction. They want to buy. So on SEO and on SEM especially, you want to invest in those transactional terms. Yeah. I want to go moments are very close as well. Say, for example, that I'm looking for a restaurant or that I'm looking for a movie theater. It's people wanting to go right now. They want to have lunch. They want to have dinner. They want to go in the next 4 or 5 hours, and they're going to consume in the next 4 or 5 hours. All right. So these mobile micro moments are getting a lot of attention and a lot of importance because we're just basically mobile today, and we're using our mobile phones most often than not. All right, so now our friend John has just landed on the Scrux web on mobile phone. Yeah, and you can tell it's already optimized for web because it's got big buttons, it's got big images and big text and all that. Bear in mind that this is Scrock's shop. It's not made out of bricks. It's not on the street, but it's the shop. Yeah. So we're talking about the first moment of truth, the defining moment in which an unknown shopper has now a special relationship if they actually decide to go through it. That's why it's so important, and it's called the moment of truth. Yeah? So in this moment of truth, what do we need to have in place? The UX, right? The user experience. Now, just put a pin on this because it's very important for what we're going to say later on. All this time up till now, this unknown shopper is just a user. Yeah? It has potential, but it has not validated that potential, and it has not, he or she has not transacted yet. Yeah? So it's all user experience. We want to record everything that happens on our digital shops. We want to know the taps, the swipes, the clicks, the open, the close. We want to know everything that goes on in there. So we need an analytical platform. And then we want to make sure that we get our CRO in place. Conversion rate optimization. The amount of people that go into your digital shop in relationship to the amount of people that go out buying something, that's your conversion rate. Because your digital shop is a converting machine. It will convert users coming in into customers coming out. And you want to make sure that you optimize your conversion rate at all the steps of this funnel. And one of the most renowned moments is the retargeting. People visit your website, they look at this product, but they don't buy it. People put that product inside the shopping cart, and they don't go through checkout. You can use this information and plant it as a cookie and then use it to chase that consumer around with the same ad of that product. Yeah? If you're doing it right, you probably get your conversion rates boosted. There's other types of CRO techniques that we're going to see in the course, but this is the most basic one so that, you know, especially for those who are not advanced in digital marketing, can understand what we're talking about here. All right. Now, in this case, our friend, our hero here, John, has decided to buy online on the mobile phone and then go to the store. This is called click and collect, and this is very important to what I'm going to explain later on. Yeah. Now, click and collect is, why would you do that? Can you tell me why would you do click and collect? You buy it online, but then you reserve it at the store, so you go physically to the store and you go and pick it up. Why would you do this? Let's have Gabriel. Gabriel? Law. Yeah. Click the microphone. You need to click on the microphone. Can you find that little icon? I really want to hear your voice. Don't worry, it happens that the first time in the Wow Room, it's kind of like overwhelming, all these buttons, all these boxes and everything, but you'll get used to it, Would you like to chat? Here. You give your customer another experience. Yeah, but think of it not from a brand perspective. This is also a mentality that I'm going to try to teach you. Not thinking from the organization, the company perspective, but thinking about it from the customer perspective. So you become customer-centric. You probably heard about this, yeah? Why would you as a customer want to buy something online and then go to the shop to pick it up? Why do we do this? Yeah, you give them more options, that's for sure. But rock bottom, deep down, why do people do it? Ahmed might have an opinion.
I'm telling you about my own experience. I always do this because I don't want to wait for delivery time and delivery difficulties, and they cannot find the address and blah blah blah. So I cut all this and I go get my stuff myself.
There you go. You can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't wait for it to arrive. You want it now because, yeah, for sure, consumers want everything today, now. Yeah. You can touch the product and see it. That's also a very good one, you know? So right before you pick it up, you kind of like want to see if it fits, if it's too heavy. Yeah. All right. You're not home when the delivery is going to take place, so you don't want to miss around. Yeah. Some other reasons could be the price. Nobody's saying it, but you know, delivery costs. It has a cost, associated costs. So maybe it's convenient for you because the shop is just right next door to where you work. And instead of waiting at home and paying for the delivery, you just run downstairs during your break, you know, and your job, and you pick it up. There's a lot of reasons for this to happen. And this is what we're talking about right now. We're integrating our digital with our physical. Yeah? Laure, go ahead. Once again, you clicked on by mistake. No worries. Yeah, I'm starting to know you. All right. Allah, you raise your hand too. That's fine. Yeah, your mistake. Don't worry about it. Okay. So when people go to your store after buying something, it's a chance for them to buy something else. If they bought the skis, maybe they can buy the boots. If they bought the pants, maybe they can buy a belt, and that sort of thing. If they bought the skirt, the skirt, they can actually buy a blouse that goes along with it. So you want to make sure that your customers have a good time at the store, and it's breezy and convenient. And we're seeing all sorts of new technologies starting to be fairly normal. So we got smart mirrors, and we got payment options that, you know, people don't have to wait around to pay. They can, how do you say, they self-service, yeah? So they pay for themselves. They look without the need of help. And most specifically, we're giving tablets to our sales assistants inside the store. And with that tablet, they will connect the physical store with the online world, yeah? Online and offline come together. And here he is. Our hero is now doing what he was meant to do. He's doing some sports. He's getting those cholesterol levels down. He's using them. And this is the second moment of truth. If he becomes a happy customer, he might actually go on and buy from you again. And most importantly, recommend you. But he's got a problem. Now, think about it. All this money that you spent, invested, in trying to get John to be your customer. And now, you know, he has a broken second moment of truth. All that investment in ads on billboards and social media, viral marketing, content marketing, PDFs, ebooks, all of that is gone to waste. Yeah? And you cannot let that happen. Specifically because before, consumers did not have the power that they have today. Today, they can go on social media and they can go on Amazon and leave a poisonous review. And that's going to hurt you and that's going to impact you because that's going to become the zero moment of truth of somebody else. And if they read your negative comment, how many times you've read a lot of positive comments and read one negative comment and you said, no deal, not buying it. A lot of times, right? That's how poisonous this can be. So you got to make sure that your investment in all those marketing channels pays off. And you have to retain this customer, no matter the price. Yeah? Well, no matter the price. Depends. But just as a rule of thumb. And the thing is that acquiring a new customer is very costly because of all that investment. And retaining an existing one is going to be a lot cheaper. Let's have a look at how this works. So in this usage, you got to make sure that your CRM is there. Now, CRM is a specific information system. It's called the Customer Relationship Manager, and it's for customers, all right? And then CX. Remember when I told you UX? Now it's CX. Totally different animals. The user is unknown shopper with potential. The customer has a commitment, and you are committed to that customer. And you got to make sure that he or she has a happy experience. Otherwise, you might actually lose your investment in marketing. Even worse, you might actually lose further sales. What else is there? You're also going to have to help your customers get on board whatever the product is. And you want to make sure that it looks good on a mobile. And you communicate through mobile because it's a one-to-one relationship between the brand and your customers. Yeah? All right. So here he is. Now John is speaking to his friends. Remember, we don't trust in ads, but we trust our friends. And John is completing his lifetime value. He's actually telling the rest of his friends about the great experience that he's had with this brand. He's got a free t-shirt. How much does it cost to send a free t-shirt? It's like €1, maybe even 80 cents. How much did you invest in marketing in acquiring John? A lot more. And just making John happy takes 80 cents. And you can see that he's already influencing his pals because the guy on the left is looking very intensely at those sneakers. So he's probably getting influenced, and he might actually buy next. So it's paying off. All this effort into making John a happy customer is paying off. All right. But that's not it. The thing is, John does not have many friends. But when he goes online and he leaves a review online, he's going to influence thousands of others, maybe hundreds of thousands. And that's where John expresses the whole value as a customer that he has. For modern marketing, in the last stages, we're going to use social media, newsletters, a lot of emails, and a lot of marketing automation. Those are the power horses for this to happen. All right, brand fans have superpowers. If they refer to you, your sales will go up. And get a load of this, you can pull your price up. The more positive reviews you have, you can start pushing the price of your products up. So it's not just retaining existing customers, it's getting new customers through old customer experiences. And that's where the secret of modern marketing lies today. And that's, where all the budget is going into customer experience and customer advocacy programs. We're going to see this. We're going to see all of this. So you as a marketer is, how am I going to divide my budget throughout all the possible touch points to make sure that I get a positive return on my investment and to make sure that the majority of my consumers are happy and they go from one moment of truth to the next, expressing the full potential of their value as consumers. And I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to let you talk. I know it's a lot of theory for today. Next WOW rooms are going to be a lot more interactive. You're going to know where the buttons are. You're going to get, assisted with your connections and all that. So today, it's kind of like for you to get acquainted with. When the thing actually goes live, it actually sparks debate. You start conversations between yourselves, and I have to moderate. So it gets a lot more live. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you have any comments? Do you have any questions? I'll be very happy to assist you. I'm here to help. You good? Oh, wait. Hold it. We got digital marketing man, Ahmed. Yeah? Go ahead.
I expected that we're going to have like an overview on how the entire course is going to go and the schedules and the curriculum and the materials we're going to go through and all these things.
All right. Well, that's up to Carlos. Yeah. Carlos is your man for that. He can tell you everything about the course. He's going to give you all the messages, etc. Interesting. If you're interested, he can actually point you to some testimonials from previous HiOP courses who have taken the course. And I'm telling you, the acceptance rate is very, very high. And one of the main comments is that they apply immediately what they learn to their environment, to their actual business environment, immediately. And this is something that I had to painstakingly go through to specifically make it an objective, so that it was the latest, it was up to date, and it would be of immediate profit for you, and that you can, do something that is actionable. We're going to talk about actionable objectives and actionable goals for marketing. Well, my objective here is to make everything actionable. There's going to be also interviews with some experts in digital marketing from, big companies. And Javier is absolutely amazing. Javier does a really terrific job at helping you out when you get stuck on when you want further knowledge and you want to expand on some kind of technique or something. And he does a tremendous job. He even responds at 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't know how he does it. Well, I shouldn't be saying this, but yeah, he does. He's very, very, very proactive with this kind of thing. Maybe I can answer some of your questions so I don't leave you just hanging there. Do you have like what's in your mind? What's bugging you right now? What is the main obstacle for you to go through with this? All right. You're good. I'm good. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, speak to Carlos about any doubts about when are the dates and when do you have to pay and how much you're going to learn and everything. Carlos is going to help you out with all the admin. And it was lovely being here with you. And I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you around in our next session. So I'm just going to say goodbye to you all. Thank you very much, Laure, even though we didn't get to speak. Thank you, Camila. Thank you so much for being there. Patricia, Francisco, Amanda.
Bye, thank you.
Bye. Gabriel.
Thank you so much, Pedro.
Thank you. Thank you. Ahmed, thank you so much. Yeah. Speak to you soon, I hope. And thank you, Nina and Manola. We didn't get to speak. You're probably latecomers, but I really hope that we get a chance to see each other. Enjoy the week. Bye-bye.